guys, I'm here with Joe from Jigsaw Tax and Accounting. We're all getting ourselves organised for end of financial year, which is fast approaching. I thought we'd spend a bit of time today asking Joe to explain to us the difference between repairs, maintenance and improvements. How are you, Joe?
Good, thanks, Heidi. How are you?
Really well, thanks. Thanks so much for joining us.
No problem at all.
So, Joe, fill us in. What's the difference?
Okay, good question. We do have a lot of people come into us and they don't understand the difference between repairs and maintenance and improvements. And it is really the tax treatment that's the difference. So repairs and maintenance can be written off straight away. It's deducted that year, all gone.
Mm-hmm.
Improvements are things that have to be depreciated over time.
Sure.
So depending on what kind of improvements they are, it could be as long as 40 years. So if you go and spend a lot of money on improving your property, expecting to get a big tax deduction for it, that might not be the case.
Right.
So how do we tell the difference? Some of them are pretty obvious, like a repair. If a wall's broken and it needs to be repaired, it's probably a repair.
Yeah.
If you've got electrical work that needs to be done or plumbing or things like that, they're pretty obviously repairs. But there are bits where you're not really too sure what the situation is.
Yeah. So maybe non-urgent repairs, probably.
Yeah. And are they an improvement?
Sure.
So what I usually use as an example is an old case from tax law I remember from uni, so I can't tell you the case, but it was something to do with, it wasn't a rental property, but it was to do with a shipping fixing place. So they had a wharf that went into the water and the ships or the boats could come up onto that.
Yeah.
Now it was made of wood. It started to rot and they had to replace it, and they replaced it with a concrete one. Now, when they got audited, they said, well, all we did was repair what we already had there.
Yeah.
And the ATO said, no, actually, that's not a repair because you've improved it. If you had repaired it with wood, that would have been a repair. You've replaced it with something that's better.
Yeah, so better quality.
It's a better quality, yeah. So I think when you're looking at these sorts of things, you think, have I actually improved something or have I merely replaced it? And what state was it in beforehand? It is definitely something the ATO do look at, and particularly we do have to break that figure out. So if we're claiming $20,000 of repairs, you can be there's a pretty good chance the ATO will now ask you about that. So always just be a little careful with it. Be guided by your tax agent if you're getting a tax agent to help you.
Sure. So what about a situation where it's a heater and it could be 25 years old, and to actually replace the heater, you've also got to do some works to the property to enable a new heater to be put in its place. Maybe gas work, plumbing work, different electrical work, and then obviously the unit would be worth a hell of a lot more money than what you're replacing.
Well, it is an improvement.
Yeah,
and a heater would be considered an improvement, so it's something that you do have to put into the depreciation schedule and claim over time.
Yes.
It's the cost of a asset is the cost of getting it installed and ready to use.
Yes.
So that means all the work around it is more than likely going to be part of that improvement as well. So if it was that you happen to get some plumbing done at the same time, that would be a repair. But if it's actually related to installing that new heater, it really is technically an improvement and should be depreciated.
Yeah, so the same could probably be said for a 25-year-old hot water system.
Exactly.
Where, sometimes they're in roofs, they're in different places, so to relocate them ends up being quite an expensive, thing
and
to do.
Look, I think it's basically, it does come down to the facts. It's one of those areas that's a little bit subjective. We've got to have a think about what are we doing and why are we doing it.
Sure.
But I think, if you're not sure, you're probably better to err on the side of caution and depreciate it.
Yes.
You will get the value, it's just going to be over a period of time, not immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks, Joe.
No
Appreciate
problem.
you coming down today.
That's okay. Thank
you.